Welcome back to Metal Planet, your hub for everything heavy metal and hard rock. It's your boy Max Gray. It's already a new release week for heavy music, so here are the new albums coming out on April 25th, 2025. The Italian thrash metal band Game Over will soon release its new opus Face the End. To create this record, the band members were inspired by different topics like the state of the Western world in classic horror and slasher films, which is something we can see with the cool album cover. Face the End will contain energetic fast and mid-tempo guitar riffs and anthemic gang choruses. Although Game Over is part of the thrash metal revival scene, its sound is very old school. The formation's material will give you some 80s thrash metal vibes for sure. On April 25th, we are going to get several new albums by European metalcore bands. Caliban, a well-established German formation in the metalcore scene, will unleash Back from Hell. This title will represent a musical evolution for the band, while staying true to the intensity and emotion that defines the formation's music. Landmvrks from the city of Marseille will release The Darkest Place I've Ever Been, an album with a fictional story that follows a protagonist as he descends into the depths of hell. This record will have some nu metal and djent influences, and lyrics sung in both English and French. Employed to Serve from the UK will drop on the same date Fallen Star. The tracks Breaks Me Down and Fallen Star from this album that were released with an accompanying music video are notable for their powerful harsh vocals and atmospheric sound. The music of Eluveitie is an interesting mix blending characteristics of two metal subgenres. The bass layer of this band's music, the guitar riffs, drumming and vocals evoke the melodic death metal sound of bands like Dark Tranquillity, but on top of that, the members of Eluveitie add in their songs some folk metal melodies, played with traditional instruments like the hurdy-gurdy, the Celtic harp, the violin and bagpipes. It would be possible to listen to this cool merging of death metal guitars and folk metal melodies in the new Eluveitie album Anew, coming out next Friday. The singer Kristine, who is known for being a former member of the band's Theatre of Tragedy and Leaves Eyes, and for appearing as a guest vocalist on the classic Cradle of Filth song Nymphetamine, will release a new solo album on April 25th named Amor, Vincit, Omnia. As a whole, this album will generally be on the lighter side of the heavy music spectrum, with a serene vibe and an emphasis on Kristine's operatic vocals, but high-gain metal guitar parts are still going to be present in some songs in the album. The title track features death growls performed by another singer, recreating the nice Beauty and the Beast effect found in Nymphetamine. The death metal bands Cadaver and Cancer are going to drop new albums this week. Cadaver is from Norway and was founded in 1988. Its lyrics revolve around themes like death, gore, chaos and the apocalypse. Its new album, Hymns of Misanthropy, will have a raw sound and apparently feature a nice drumming performance. Cancer was formed in the United Kingdom in 1987. Its upcoming record, Inverted World, will present the band's signature fusion of razor-sharp riffing, guttural vocals and uncompromising aggression, and explore the themes of exploitation, barbarity and existential horror. Cancer's music reminds me a little bit of early Sepultura albums. Cirith, Ungol and Kanonenfieber, two well-known bands in the metal sphere, will release live albums on April 25th. Live at the Roxy by Cirith, Ungol was recorded at the iconic Roxy Theatre located on the Sunset Strip in LA and captures the band performing their 2023 album Dark Parade in its entirety, along with a set of classic songs by the formation. Kanonenfieber, the band from Germany with a theme inspired by the First World War, will release live in Oberhausen, recorded during the band's biggest headlining show to date. This live album will contain many songs from the band's most recent studio album, Die Urkatastrophe, a phenomenal album released last year that was praised by many metal fans, and that was included in this channel's top 24 albums of 2024 list, in the 4th position. Ghost is one, if not the band that experienced the biggest ascension in the metal and rock world in the last 15 years. The music project has been going from strength to strength, with the release of each of its studio albums, and its new opus Skeletá is one of the most anticipated releases of the year. I've been hooked to the band ever since I saw the musicians' costumes in the early 2010s, and heard some Black Sabbath influences in the formation's debut album. Musically, it appears that Skeletá will be a continuation from the previous Ghost album Impera and present the formation's signature fusion of traditional heavy metal and hard rock guitar riffs with pop vocal melodies. Like Ghost, Wednesday 13 has a penchant for theatrics. This artist is known for wearing costumes and makeup, giving him a gothic look, and for the theatrical aspect of his performances. Next Friday, he will release the album Mid-Death Crisis via Napalm Records. The songs When the Devil Commands and In Misery from this album are already available for listening. They are really good in my opinion. What stand out are the Rammstein-esque guitars and the B-movie horror-inspired lyrics. Mid-Death Crisis can be for fans of Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper and Rammstein. The albums in this next round are either in the hard rock or traditional heavy metal vein. Billy Idol, whose classic song Rebellion has been covered over the years by many metal bands like Children of Bodom, Drowning Pool and Dope, will release on April 25th his 9th solo studio album Dream Into It. For the recording, Idol collaborated once again with the renowned guitarist Steve Stevens, who has appeared on most of his records. Next Friday, the bands Harem, Scarem, and Pagan Altar will respectively release Chasing Euphoria and Never Quite Dead. The new Harem Scarem album will have a melodic and accessible sound appropriate for rock radios, while Never Quite Dead by Pagan Altar will be more underground with its occult themes and its fusion of new wave of British heavy metal, classic heavy metal and doom metal elements. Unatoned is the upcoming 11th studio album by Machine Head. It will be the band's first record to feature the playing of the guitarist Rhys Scruggs, formerly of Havoc, who recently joined the Machine Head lineup. One thing I like about this last band are the vocals of Rob Flynn, through which you can hear raw emotion. Based on the singles from Unatoned, it appears that many songs in the album will feature a mix of both aggressive and more melodic passages. The single These Scars Won't Define Us notably contains guest vocals by the singers of In Flames, Lacuna Coil and Unearth, bands featured in the current Machine Head North American tour. Last but not least, we are also going to get this week new Conan and Sacred Steel records. Violence Dimension will be the 7th full-length Conan opus. To create this album, the members of Conan were inspired by the concepts of violence and death, which they feel are present everywhere, from video games, movies to the daily news. While listening to the new Conan songs, the first thing I noticed is that Violence Dimension will have a really nasty, abrasive and sludgy guitar tone appropriate for the band's style. In comparison, Ritual Supremacy by Sacred Steel will have a more upbeat and sleek sound that puts an emphasis on speed and energy that you could like if you like the music of old school bands like Gravedigger and Running Wild. If you like to stay up to date on the new heavy metal and hard rock releases, or if you like to discover new albums and new bands, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more heavy music related content. This week there was an insane amount of quality releases coming out, so it was hard as hell to narrow down the selection for this video. I included a more complete list of the releases in the description section of this video. This week I'm really excited to listen to the upcoming Ghost album. I will probably also listen to the new Leave Kristine and Wednesday 13 records too. Let me know in the comment section what record or records from this week you are excited to listen to, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers!